Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
And I'm Jack Simpson. Morning.
7:31. What's the temperature, Jack?
43, I think, is what I saw last.
All right. Well, we've got a problem.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Never good when we start the day with a problem, Dave. But you know what? When there's a problem, there's always a solution, my friend.
Yes. John Lennon. Now, there are no problems, only solutions.
Ah, yes.
We have lovebirds here that, I don't know, they're dating a lot. There's a lot going on out there. We just
Okay, so you're talking actual birds.
Yeah, robins.
Okay, all right.
Robins.
Just wanted to clarify.
Okay, yeah. You remember we had the mother sitting on the eggs and the father occasionally sitting on the eggs? Well, when I was out here one weekend mowing, I looked over and there were 3 little baby robins with their pin feathers. Next thing I know, they're flying out of the nest.
Oh, no.
And I thought, oh my gosh, did I scare them out with the lawnmower? And no, they were just, as they say, flying away from, flying out of the nest. And I thought about taking that nest out of there, sitting in the bottom of the sea on KCNI. And I went out just to kind of check the weather this morning, and the robin started chirping again and protecting her nest. They're going to have another family.
Oh, wow. Huh.
I assume it's the same robins, or do they rent nests, or how does that work?
I don't know. Maybe they do.
Or is it the same couple?
Sure. I don't know. It's a great question.
Now, I think it's just eggs so far.
Mm-hmm.
They grow up so fast.
They do.
And the sad part about robins, they only live about 2 years. Maybe 3, I guess. 2's average. So I guess they have to expand their family when they're only around that long. That's not very long to live.
Not very.
Sitting around eating worms and bugs for a couple of years, and then you croak.
Yeah.
So I guess the only fun they have is dating.
Maybe.
So there's another family on the way in the sea of KCNI.
Yeah.
Now, I never checked the back nest, though, but I'm sure that brood has got to be gone.
Yes, they were. It's funny you mentioned that, because when I got back from where did I get back from? Was it State Track? Oh, State Track.
Mm-hmm.
When I came out on the Sunday after State Track to bring everything back, I parked the car in the back, came inside, and they were right there in the nest, just chirping away, and one of them flew away as I walked up to the door. It was really quite nice to watch.
Yeah, it's the way it was that Saturday.
Yeah.
I thought, oh gosh, I probably prematurely forced them out of their nest with the lawnmower noise, but no, they were just, there was one that was apprehensive. So 2 had already flown out, and the one just couldn't. It's kind of like the first time you dive into the deep end of a swimming pool.
Uh-huh.
You go, oh man, I want to, but I'm scared.
Yep.
And so, I'm thinking it was probably the middle child.
Could have been.
Out of the 3, it was
You
probably the
think?
middle child with, less confidence than the oldest one. And
Are you speaking from experience,
yeah,
Dave?
the oldest one, has to take all of the brunt of being raised, because the robins, mom and dad, want to raise them right. The middle one, after a while, kind of gets mixed in with life in the middle and doesn't have enough confidence to jump out of the nest and fly away. And the littlest one, the last born, is spoiled. Because Mom and Dad have gone, wow, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm the oldest. So,
See, I didn't have a middle brother. I'm the youngest of the group, but I think our parents raised us pretty equally.
You know, that's
So-
good. Oh, I think I wasn't dramatically different, but, you know,
yeah, mine didn't. I'm the favorite.
she says that every time, Jack.
See, my parents don't say they have favorites, but every time I post like a birthday update from my mom or dad, the favorite child said happy birthday or something.
Favorite
So,
child.
Yep.
Yeah, it's always that battle. What do you got in your hand there, Ben?
Well, this is from your wife.
Uh-oh.
I have a text message.
Did I do something wrong?
No, it's nothing wrong. There just a reminder was sent to me, and I just love that Joan now sends me the text. I don't think she even messes with you anymore
Well, I don't
because
look at
she
my
knows
phone.
that you're not going to look at your phone.
No.
So this is a reminder. So I'm just going to throw it out there. Something it's within your family is happening today, and I'm wondering if you maybe know what it is now that we've kind of sparked you a little bit, saying that you needed to remind that she needed to remind you of something.
It does make me feel bad that she has to contact you. She did mention this to me yesterday, to be sure and wish
Yes.
Paul and Melissa,
There you go.
Paul and Melissa Burney, a happy anniversary.
Speaking of lovebirds,
Yeah. Maybe they'll have more babies. They're kind of old birds to have more babies, but you never know.
huh?
I'm sure Oliver would be thrilled. Yeah, they had a beautiful wedding at Victoria Springs.
Yeah, nice. That's a beautiful place to
Yeah.
have a wedding, have anything at Victoria Springs. It's a beautiful place.
And they had Chris Lager play, the Chris Lager band
Really?
play for their reception.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and we had a hailstorm in our community the night before the wedding. We had an outside party at our house, and quite a few automobiles didn't look the same.
Oh, no.
So we had a hailstorm, a wedding, and then a party. Well, a party, a hailstorm, a wedding, and a party. So happy anniversary, Paul and Melissa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
Do you
nice
know
wedding.
how? I hate to put you on the spot here. Do you? Maybe I'll get another text from Joan by asking this question. Do you know how many years for Paul and Melissa?
Well, Oliver is 16, and they didn't have Ollie right away, so I'm going to just guess it, 19 years.
Yeah, that was my guess. I was like, I bet it's got to be around 20.
Yes, close.
Yeah.
Either side of 20.
Either there you go. That's how you get out of that.
I have to remember, people say, how long you been married? I go, quite a while.
Yep.
So, Jack, you must have a lot of friends who are having birthdays
I
because you wanted to wish
do.
somebody a happy birthday.
I do. One of my friends from college, I was an RA with. That's how we met. It was through RAing. He just turned 22 today, and we call him Little Man Chan because he's not little at all. He's more muscular than anything. But happy second birthday, Dylan Manchan Thusuk. And I probably butchered your last name, so I'm sorry.
That sound like you got it pretty good. Yeah.
So,
All right. Happy birthday. All right. So
Yes.
today is also Bob Dylan's birthday.
oh
Is
wow.
it now?
Yeah. What did I do with my sheet? Oh, there it is. Let me go to the birthday page.
Okay.
Oh, also, we'll talk about asparagus later.
Okay.
Are you eating your greens, Brent?
Yeah, I eat greens. I just don't eat asparagus. I'm not a big fan.
Well, it's good for you. It cleans out your liver.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. Well,
And it's good for hangovers when you
oh,
know.
really? Oh, well, I haven't had to worry about that, so I guess
All right, back to birthdays.
yes.
Robert Allen Zimmerman, known to everybody these days for many years, Bob Dylan, 83 today.
Oh, wow.
Musical icon and folk pioneer, won 10 Grammy Awards and a Nobel Prize for Literature in 2016, and he sold over 125 million records. It doesn't mention it here, but he has probably influenced thousands and thousands of artists And there's been so many covers of his work, it's hard to tell how many times his songs have been played, either live on the radio or over a CD or whatever the case may be. But, groups like the Byrds and many others covers Bob Dylan, and even artists of today still cover Bob Dylan. It's kind of odd because these days he's covering the likes of Frank Sinatra and the crooners back in the day, who he loved very much. But we'll honor Bob Dylan today on his birthday on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
How many roads must a man walk down before...
Bob Dylan celebrating his 83rd birthday today.
You've seen Bob Dylan in concert, right? Couple of times?
Yeah, my wife's actually been to his concerts more than I have. Her and Kurt Crawley went to a concert down in an amphitheater, indoor theater, and Joan said it was the best concert she'd been to that Bob Dylan performed that she had seen, and we've seen him a few times. But I've also been to the concerts. One concert that was terrible. With Dylan, you never know.
Yeah.
Seen him a couple different times. That one time, it just wasn't very good. It was at the State Fair.
Oh.
I just don't think he was in the mood for it. And then we also saw him. Well, actually, Paul and Melissa and Joan and I went to see him. I think it was in Lincoln, and he had his band with him, electric band. That was real good.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw him down in Lincoln a couple years ago when he started crooning and doing the old favorites, Autumn Leaves, and some of the stuff that was his favorites when he was young. And I know with his voice, you go, well, how could he do those songs? It actually does a really nice job in the orchestra he had. And yeah, so you never know with Dylan.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember Kim Leapart was working here, and we got to go see, you got to go see Bob Dylan. So Randy and Kim went with us to the State Fair, and I'm sure they were wondering, what were they thinking? But I don't think he apologizes for that. He performed so many times, and he just wasn't on that day. But acoustically, you couldn't go wrong if he would play acoustic only. I don't think he does that very often anymore, at least in big places. But anyway, 83 today. Now, let's back up here just a little bit. Bob Dylan had influences that he got his career going with. And, of course, one of those was Woody Guthrie. That was the big one. But also a gentleman who influenced many, many people by the name of Jimmie Rodgers. And he influenced folk singers and country singers and eventually just about every singer. So here's Jimmie Rodgers for you on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Jimmie Rodgers and Mule Skinner Blues on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Brent, we're going to pass up trivia and play it in the 8 o'clock hour.
That'll be just fine.
We have a guest in the studio, and we also want to let you know that during that trivia contest or question later on in the show, we'll be giving away 2 Blowing the Doors Off Barbecue Oconto Volunteer Fire Department tickets.
Nice. Am I eligible?
No.
Okay.
You're not. Sorry.
Just thought I'd ask.
I knew you'd ask. We'll talk to our guest right after this.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we wake you up?
Nebraska's favorite way to start the day on KCNI KBBN.
Are your aches and pains preventing you from doing the things you love? Call Team Physical Therapy, 872-5111. We offer complete one-on-one physical therapy for you. Call Team Physical Therapy, 872-5111. Team Physical Therapy is known as the best hands in town and will help you achieve your goals to keep you moving. Call Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
There is a new bar and grill in central Nebraska in Hazard called The Den. The Den is open 11 a.m. to late night Wednesday through Saturday. There are daily lunch and dinner specials like prime rib night on Saturday. On Saturday, June 1st, there's live music with Brendan Kyle. Saturday, June 8th, live blues with J-Rod. And on Thursday, June 13th, from Saturday Night Live, Jeff Richards. For more info, call 407-694-1538 or call The Den in Hazard at 308-216-2454.
Cattle producers, AeroSeed is your one-stop shop for power fencing needs. AeroSeed has all the supplies, including high-tensile wire, posts, insulators, and energizers to build or replace a solar, electric, or battery-operated system. They offer products from Gallagher, the most practical, affordable, and dependable range of animal management systems on the market. Should anything ever go wrong with your Gallagher Energizer, you won't have to send it off somewhere to be repaired. Most often it can be repaired right at AeroSeed. Get your Gallagher power fence and supplies from AeroSeed on North 10th Avenue, Broken Bow.
The morning Sandhills Drive never sounded so good.
In the mornings, we don't have to fight over the radio because it's one station.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
All right, let's jump right in. We have our guest in the studio. This is brought to you by Nebraska State Bank and Trust. They're paying for the time for Tammy with the Custer County Historical Society and Museum to visit with us. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you, Nebraska State Bank.
You bet. Thank you very much. Now, you have a lot of things here. You've got pies and quilting and notes of all sorts, so jump right in.
Yes, I've got a couple of different things. Our summer hours, I'm going to start off that way. Our summer hours switch today from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock, Monday through Saturday through Labor Day. So our extended hours start today amongst our pieces, and we have been having the flower stand there for the DAR flower stand and had good luck there.
Good.
And everybody's been able to find their pretties and things and decorate all the different graves or their yards. Mm-hmm. So we've had some different things. The Pie Social, the Custer County Museum Pie Social, Pie and Ice Cream Social, will be coming up, and it is Friday evening on June 7th, and it will be from 5:30 to 7:30. And our entertainment this year is acoustical music. So I think I put on the note strings and more. A guitar, a banjo, a violin, a fiddle, if it depends on what music you're playing,
Right.
A harmonica, piano, that type of music. So all acoustical. And I think I heard something about over the 2 hours, they'll play the entire 2 hours and have little breaks here and there, but like every whatever. And they will start just after 5:30 because we have a little introduction, then they'll start. The group is mainly from the Arnold area. They don't have a name. It's just the Arnold area musicians.
That's fine.
And I think she said maybe 10, 15 different people.
Gee,
It's
that's
going to be,
fun.
but they'll trade in and out according to what the things are, which instrument needs to do or a thing. So that'll be kind of an interesting little evening. And our pie will be the other feature. Maybe music, maybe the pie is the feature. I don't so you can pick your choice of pie, have your whoever you want to sit with or do or have. So we got entertainment and good food.
That sounds like a lot of fun, and having the different people participate, that many different talents, that should be interesting.
And all ages.
All ages, too. Okay. All right. And so it's all starting up around 5:30 on June 7th, and that's in the square.
That's in the museum.
In the museum.
We have it in the museum. So it's inside
rain or
stuff.
shine.
Rain or shine. We are inside. Last year we had rain. We set up those picnic tables, thank you to the city, and covered them, ready to go, and it poured. So I guess if we bring on the rain, we'll have some more pie outside.
Okay.
But it's inside.
Okay. All right.
This is something you guys, it's kind of become an annual thing now,
Yes.
hasn't it? The
Yes.
ice cream social. How do you know how many years you've done this now?
I think
Tammy?
this is 10 years.
Is it?
10 years. And as through the years, you find out which pie is the hottest pie. Not in temperature, but the most demand. I think choke cherry pie.
Really?
That would get my vote.
Is there any? It's like there's one, maybe two that come in. It's like they're gone.
Gosh, I guess I would have guessed apple maybe or cherry, but.
And how many ways can you do apple pie? And you have a crumb on top, or have a crust on top, or you have the different mix now of some of the things, like the ones that are strawberry rhubarb, that time of the year for those that produce. So you have a variety, but it's like, but choke cherry. They don't mix choke cherry with anything else.
So do people just donate pies to the social, or you have people on your board or something?
We do not have a bakery that does our little society. We do have home people. Yes, those community members make a pie. Similar to what the barn did on last pie judging, but we don't judge them; we just eat them. But everybody is, our board members and friends and different ones. We ask, and we have community members that if you want to make a pie, please bring it. So we do have a variety that way, and it is a free will donation. So that started out, it wasn't any, just give it. And then it's like, well, can we give you something? Well, yeah, sure. So there's a little kitty there. So.
Okay. And, of course, ice cream will be... Ice
cream. That's always the challenge of dipping that ice cream out and when to set it out of the cooler or how frozen it is or what the blade you use to get it out of the scoop you use. But we do serve the ice cream off of the soda fountain.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Not out of it, but off of it.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to do some... Yeah, a lot of work to make it operational, so... June 7th, Friday, June 7th, 5:30 to 7:30 at the Custer County Museum. And you've talked about your hours. What's next?
A quilting workshop.
Okay.
And we are going to make a quilted tote. The Quilting Shack is pairing up with us, and they are going to do the lesson and do the supplies. It is a cost of $35, so that is the materials and things. But that is... kind of a kickoff to our 150th on the very bottom there, you'll see. It's a kickoff to our 150th for Custer County. So our county will be 150 years old in 27. So the entire county kind of this will be making a quilted tote bag. But calling all quilters or sewing people to make a community-wide quilt. Somebody make a block here and a block there and a block there, and then have those blocks come together into a large quilt.
And that will take some time.
That will take some time, so this is ahead, but it's going to take a little time. But to getting the different pieces, what pattern, I think we might aim towards having the schoolhouse pattern as we are collecting the rural school histories or pictures or that part. So everybody has a rural school out there. Did you go to rural school?
I did not, but there are a lot of people who did, and there were a lot of schools out there. I've seen some of your information.
Huge amount of schools, and that piece. So that'll hopefully be something that will culminate in that 150th in 27. But it's like you have to kind of plan out there because that just didn't instantly happen. So it's a couple years away, but we want to have those completed in 26, so they'll be ready for that entire year of 27.
So this takes place the next day, Saturday, June 8th, and this is at the library?
Yes, it's in the east room of the library down there. So, yep. So they have tables and power on those all different areas to put the sewing machines out. So we will have several sewing machines available in that way. So it's just kind of show up and do a registration fee, and you're set to go. We do ask that you quickly get your registration in if you're planning on going. So we'll pre-cut the fabrics so that those are ready to go for that kit. And so just know how many to do, how many to cut and have ready. So.
Okay. Stop by the museum if they have questions, or call 872-2203.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Quilted tote bags this time around, but keep those patches in mind for the 2027.
Yeah, get those needles going.
I wonder, 150th anniversary, that's something. Yeah.
That's something. And you think back, what was going on 150 years ago? There was no town here they sure didn't have computer.
No.
They did have telegram amongst the things if you got to the right town. They did have mail service. Did have the wagon train or wagon trail areas and little stagecoach areas. So they did have that type of piece coming through here. No railroad yet. And the amazing number of people that come from the Civil War time, as we're approaching Memorial here, the amount of people that are buried here. We have 800 people that were Civil War veterans that are buried in Custer County, throughout Custer County.
I think 800. Most people wouldn't have figured that.
No.
That. Yeah.
And in that part, many of those Civil War veterans were able to claim their homestead with their military pension entitlement.
Gosh.
So they didn't get their $12 a month for their lifetime of them. Some of those families still have the land.
That's amazing.
So that big piece of how we were settled or what was coming. And one of the pieces we're working on is refreshing the Solomon Butcher photos. And in that, we are going to include the nationality or cultural history of where they come from. Round Valley is Norwegian, primarily. There's an Italian community up at Anselmo.
Right.
The Comstock has the Czech history up there, or Polish, or just a little. It depends which area. Gothenburg has a little Swedish history.
Sure.
There's some Danish, there's some German, there's all different things. So hopefully those pictures we can pull out where those families come from. Yeah. And it's just getting close to being done.
Okay. That'll be interesting. That'll be great. Okay, so mark that down, folks. The quilting workshop on Saturday, June 8th at the Broken Bow Library includes lunch, by the way, 10 a.m. until 5 p.m.
And lunch. There's a lunch break, though.
Lunch break, so they just go have lunch.
You can have lunch or bring a brown bag.
Bring it with you. Okay.
Well, whatever color bag you want.
All right, yeah. Doesn't have to be brown. You can put it in a quilted tote bag if you want to.
Yeah. There you go. It won't quite be done by then, but yeah, by lunch.
Maybe they already have one. Anyway.
Yeah. Thank you, Nebraska State Bank, for the time.
Yeah, thank you for coming in. These are some pretty fun things coming up. And again, June 7th is the annual Pie and Ice Cream Social at the Custer County Museum and live acoustic music starting around 5:30, and then the quilting shop the next day.
Yeah, so both back to back, but it'll be a fun couple days.
All right, Tammy, thanks a lot.
Yes, you're welcome.
News is next on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
PBS News Brief. The Memorial Day getaway is well underway. Experts say it could take you up to 90% longer than usual to reach your destination by car. The bright side? CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
Gas prices about the same as they were last year, so if you were driving, you're at least not getting a ton of sticker shock there.
The national average today is $3.60 a gallon. Israel's military spokesman Daniel Hagari reports the bodies of 3 more hostages killed on October 7th have been recovered.
Their bodies were rescued during a special operation based on precise intelligence in the area of Gaza.
The UN's top court expected to rule today on ordering a ceasefire. The NCAA has reached a deal to let schools pay college players. CBS's Erica Herskowitz.
By settling these cases, the NCAA will pay more than $2.7 billion in damages over 10 years to past and current athletes.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Not a rate based on Terry, who keeps and makes the car behind them. Oh no, they're about to. Save with DriveWise in the Allstate app and only pay a rate based on you.
Not available in every state, subject to terms and conditions. Rating factors and savings vary, and in some states your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
In Nebraska news, according to KSNB, A Nebraska woman has died in a rollover Thursday morning in Hamilton County. According to the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, they received numerous 911 calls of a one-vehicle roller on Highway 34 just east of Hampton around 10:15 a.m. Deputies believe a Jeep traveling eastbound on the highway left the road and hit the north ditch. The Sheriff's Office said the vehicle rolled several times, eventually striking a grain bin. The driver of the Jeep was ejected from the vehicle. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office identified the victim as 39-year-old Hannah Peterson. She was transported to the York General Hospital where she was pronounced dead. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office was assisted by the Nebraska State Patrol, Hampton Fire Department, and Aurora Fire Department. The Sheriff's Office is still investigating the crash. This has been your Nebraska News Update.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NBA, Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals saw the Celtics beat the Pacers 126-110. Boston used a 20-0 run in the second quarter to pull away and get the win. They were led by Jaylen Brown, who tied a career playoff high with 40 points. Jason Tatum and Derek White each had 23 points. For Indiana, standout Tyrese Halliburton left in the third quarter with a hamstring injury. Didn't return. His status going forward is unknown. Pascal Siakam, 28 points in the loss. Boston leads that series 2-0. Game 3 Saturday in Indiana. NBA news, the Cleveland Cavaliers fired their head coach J.B. Biggerstaff despite the fact that the team advanced to the Eastern Conference semifinals this season. NHL opening game of the Western Conference Finals, double overtime in Dallas with the Oilers edging the Stars 3-2 on a Connor McDavid goal early on in the second overtime period. Edmonton with a 1-0 series lead, Game 2 Saturday in Dallas. And in baseball, the Phillies wrap up a sweep of the defending World Series champion Rangers, 5-2 the final. Philadelphia Major League best 37-14. They've won 6 in a row.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Ample sunshine expected today with daytime highs approaching 69. Northwesterly winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. Lows dip down to about 48 tonight, partly cloudy skies. Cloudy skies with a few peaks of sun tomorrow, slight chance of thunderstorms, highs around 77. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
They grow up so fast, and soon enough they're off to college. But as time goes by, the cost of tuition continues to rise. You know that college is important, but the expenses may seem out of reach. Edward Jones can help. I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Tim McCaslin.
And I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Janet Lawhorn. Let's work together to help you tackle growing college expenses. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to schedule an appointment. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
The busiest season is back. Get things accomplished with a Polaris off-road vehicle. Shrink your to-do list rain or shine while staying comfortable in a climate-controlled cab. Our sales team is ready to move units, so pick out yours from our huge line of in-stock units. The shop crew is always busy in the summer, so make sure to call ahead to schedule your service appointment. Agland ATV, West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Always wear a helmet, never drink and drive.
May is finally here, and no one is more excited than the Secret Garden. Open every day in May. Weekdays 11:30 to 4:30, Saturday 8:30 to 4:30, and Sunday 1 to 4. The Secret Garden is thrilled to be a Nebraska Passport stop this year. And when you shop with them, you'll see why. A variety of annual plants, succulents, home decor, antiques, Watkins, and more. Luke 1, verse 37 says, "For nothing will be impossible with God." The Secret Garden, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
Good morning. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
Good morning to you.
49 degrees outside under a sunny sky. Winds are west-southwest 10 to 15 plus miles per hour. Barometric pressures rising at 2981. Humidity at 74%. High yesterday was 78 with an overnight low of 45. 3100's precipitation measured from some storm activity last night, which Brent came out and covered. A short warning here for Custer County. Didn't last too long.
No, I think it went into effect about 10 o'clock, and then it was to go until 10:45, but they actually canceled it prior to that. I want to say maybe around 10:30. Sounds about right when they maybe canceled it.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as we know, no damage done. We did pick up 3100's precipitation. Sunset today at 8:59. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:11. Blowing the Doors Off barbecue is coming up next weekend, June 1st, Saturday. And they'll start a serving right around 5 o'clock. Music begins shortly thereafter. And it's a $17 ticket we have here, 2 tickets. So we have a pretty nice little prize here for you to answer the trivia question, which Brent has right next to him.
Okay. Since Memorial Day is coming up on Monday, here is your question for today. Approximately how many soldiers are buried in Arlington National Cemetery?
Wow.
Approximately how many soldiers are buried in Arlington National Cemetery? Here are your choices: 10,000, 50,000, 400,000, or 1,000,000. Approximately how many soldiers are buried in Arlington National Cemetery? Your choices again: 10,000, 50,000, 400,000, or 1,000,000. If you know, call us at 872-2801.
Give us a call at that phone number. I think we'll get somebody to take a try at that for these wonderful Blowing the Doors Off barbecue Oconto Volunteer Fire Department tickets. The question again, the number of...
Yes, approximately how many soldiers are buried in Arlington National Cemetery? 10,000, 50,000, 400,000, or 1,000,000.
All right, we have a caller. We are connected. Let's find out who we have on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, Dave.
Asher, how are you doing?
Well, I guess I'm doing okay.
Good. All right, here's your question.
Okay, Asher, approximately how many soldiers are buried in Arlington National Cemetery? Is it 10,000, 50,000, 400,000, or 1,000,000?
I'm going to say 1,000,000.
No, not quite that many. No. I'll narrow it down to three choices. All right? It's 10,000, 50,000, or 400,000. What do you think?
Oh, 400,000.
Did you say 400,000?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's the answer. Yes. So because you've answered correctly, Asher, I think Dave's got a couple of tickets here for you that'll get you into the Blowing the Doors Off barbecue in Oconto on June the 1st. And we're also going to throw in our regular prize for the day, which is a free personal pan pizza, 1 topping at Pizza Hut. So you just come on out and see us when you can, all right?
Okay.
Thanks, Asher.
Thank you.
8:13. Casey is up to bat for Mid-Plains Community College. How you doing, Casey?
It is baseball season.
It is.
And
it
softball.
Is. You got is that a baseball or a golf cap?
That's golf.
I figured. Not that you wouldn't wear a baseball cap, but that looks more like a golf cap.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And that's a Wayne State College shirt.
Well, I thought about that as I was coming in to talk about Mid-Plains Community College, and I'm wearing a different college's T-shirt.
Well, there's a reason for that.
I was going to say.
Well... Yeah, I mean...
It's a family thing.
It really is, yes.
So what's going on at Mid-Plains?
It's Memorial Day, for goodness sakes. I just don't understand how time goes so fast. It just flies. But here we are. So just as a reminder, because it is Memorial Day, all Mid-Plains campuses are closed on Monday, of course, like a lot of things are. So enjoy the long weekend. Our students are anticipating what's coming next. Our summer classes start June 3rd, which would be a week from Monday. I believe, if I have that right. I better check my calendar.
Yeah, you're right.
A week from Monday.
Yep.
Yes. June 3rd. Yes, that's when most of our summer classes start. Now, some have already started, and some go a little bit longer, a little bit shorter, but most start on June 3rd. So if you have not yet registered for your summer classes, you have a very brief window today. We've got some repairs going on at the college in our IT department. They're coming over to do some stuff to the campus. So it's kind of a good day to do that. There's not a lot of things going on today. So,
right.
And then next week, that's all you got to get registered for your summer classes. Now, just as a reminder, students can register for your classes online. You can stop into the college or you can call in and we'll help you over the phone get yourself registered for that. So, but if you can log into your account, you can register. So,
okay,
get that done.
Yep. Time is short.
It really is. We've got some good summer classes this year. Some different gen eds that our instructors like to offer because they know that a lot of students come home for the summer from wherever they're at, and they might need to pick up a class that they couldn't fit into their schedule this year. Or a lot of our students like to take like a lab science course in the summer so that they have a little bit more time to just focus on that. And it's also cheaper if you take it with Mid-Plains rather than, a four-year college or university. So we have a lot of students that do that. We've got a class this summer, a lab science course that counts towards your science requirement, and it's astronomy. I mean, a lot of us really like to go out and watch the stars anyway.
I took astronomy when I was in college.
Did you?
Yeah, as a senior, I needed a science course.
That happens,
so,
Britt.
I know. Got into astronomy. It was awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
And we had the, course, well, back in my day, they had the great big telescope, that they allowed us to look through and look. But it was a fabulous course.
It really is. And a lot of students, if you're not a biology person and you're not a chemistry person, which a lot of us aren't, sometimes you might be majoring in something that really doesn't, biology and chemistry don't really apply.
Right.
So you're either kind of making yourself do that just to check off the box, or it might not be as successful as you want. But astronomy is something that a lot of people know at least a little bit about stars, and it includes the lab. This is actually an independent study course, so there's some meeting times, there's some podcasting involved in this, and some different opportunities there. And then they do star parties every now and then, which I just think would be cool to go to, even if you weren't in the class.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. Some observation of stars, which we all do that, right? Sit out on the patio at night and watch the stars, and so why not be getting some credit for it?
Why not?
Yeah.
Learning a little bit along the way. Yeah.
Absolutely. So the cool part about this is after you pay your tuition for the course, everything else is essentially free. The textbook is included. All the materials are included. You really need a laptop or some kind of computer and the tuition, and that's it. So again, that's astronomy with lab starting this summer. If you need a lab science course, it's transferable. You can take it back to wherever you're at, and it's really a great opportunity. So that's just one of the classes that we have offered for this summer. We've got some others that are offered on site at the college. We'd love to help you find something that would fit with you. So make sure you give us a call, and we'll get you connected with those classes.
Okay, very good.
Couple of other things we have coming up. We have our next barn quilt class. Me and I love my barn quilts.
Yes. They
are so fun to paint. Our next one is coming up on June 7th, which is Friday, 2 weeks from today. The parameters are pretty much the same. It's you can choose your own pattern, or most of the time Rose has patterns already drawn in there. You pick your colors. We talk a little bit about how colors fit together and complementary colors and things like that. And then we turn you loose. We teach you some techniques and turn you loose. So barn quilts is always a lot of fun. So Friday afternoon, June 7th, from 1 to 4, you can come and paint a barn quilt. Just the day before that, on June 6th, of course, we have our Taylor Swift.
Oh, yes.
Lyrics and poetry class. Poetry and lyrics. Sorry, I got that mixed up there. We love Taylor Swift. And about learning some of how her lyrics are very poetic. I promise they are.
Okay.
And you get to write your own that's really cool. So
You get to write a song for Taylor Swift?
well, you never know. I mean, dreams. Put your dreams in the stars. You never know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So that's going to be on June 6th. We have 2 sessions for that, one in the afternoon and one in the evening. So if you're interested in Taylor Swift, you can give us a call. We have another cool class coming up this summer called Car Care. This is really geared towards anybody really, but specifically new drivers. Every time someone turns, we say 16, now it's 15, maybe even 14.
Right.
You got to know how to maintain that car that you're driving. That is a lot of responsibility. It's not, of course, you're responsible for being safe on the road and driving and things like that, but you got to also be able to take care of your car. And that's things like checking the tires, checking the oil, making sure all the fluids are filled up, and just knowing, when something's wrong and what to do about that. So that is coming up in July. If you are interested in that, you can give us a call and we'll help you get registered for that.
Be a good class.
Yeah. So we got some really cool classes coming up here.
You do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
Going ready to, I suppose are you going to boat, fish, golf, relax, or all of the above?
I'm going with D on that, all of the above this weekend. Hopefully the weather holds out okay, but it's going to be a good weekend. But be safe, drive safe.
Yeah.
Watch out for everybody else.
Well, speaking of making sure your car is ready, make sure your car is ready.
Yeah.
And this is one of the most, if not the most dangerous weekends to drive. And all the reports we're getting from our networks are this is going to be a busy one. So.
Of course, yeah. I was driving to town this morning and got behind a large truck that was driving really slow, and I was getting impatient. And I'm like, you know what? Just slow down. Just calm down. It'll be fine. I've been leaving a little earlier because of the construction anyways, and I thought it's not worth it to get upset. Just calm down. So that's my advice to everyone for the weekend.
Yeah, especially
calm down.
this weekend.
Have patience.
Yeah, that's a good thought to have because, I don't know, sometimes you're driving down the road and you feel like, I'd like to pass that vehicle. I'm really not going that much slow or I don't really want to go that much faster than the car in front of me. But for some reason, we all want to get around that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you look in your mirror, hopefully, and there's somebody passing like 2 and 3 cars at a time. And you just see that sort of thing. And that's when you say, you idiot. But in the back of your mind, you were thinking about passing that car.
Yeah, right. Hey, before you go, you mind helping us with a live read?
Oh, that's exciting, yes.
Because I think you know a little something about this.
I would love to.
The Broken Bow Rotary Club is hosting the Rotary Service Above Self Golf Tournament coming up on Friday, June the 14th. Fun little 9-hole tournament, 2-person scramble, $100 a team. Shotgun start 1:30 in the afternoon. This is Friday, June 14th. Registration around 1. I know you are a member of Rotary, I believe, and you are one of the people that really helps put this golf tournament on. I assume there's still plenty of opportunity to get registered.
There is. We did open it this year to like the district-wide Rotary group. So we kind of anticipate a lot of outside groups coming into golf, so I wouldn't wait too long to sign up because there's only limited spaces there. But it is a really fun tournament. It's kind of nice to, maybe you take the afternoon off and come out at 1, have a little lunch, golf 9 holes, fabulous pin prizes. We really try to make it worth people's while. So, and then of course all of the proceeds go to a really great cause. This year, Rotary will benefit and also teammates. So, really fun tournament. Love it.
Do you have KCNI KBBN down?
I think we do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll double check
yeah,
for you.
if you would, please. Are we going to have 1 team or 2 teams?
Well, we'll try to have 2.
Okay.
I think you should have KCNI versus KBBN.
Oh, there you go.
That's a good idea.
Will you let us play together?
Sure.
Okay.
There are very few rules in this, so we make them up.
That is. Now, are you going to do the string thing again?
Of course.
That is awesome. Have you ever done this, Dave?
No.
How big is the piece of string or piece of yarn or whatever that you give us?
Well, I would say, yay long, about arm length.
But you can use it we always use it when we get to the green.
Mm-hmm.
So you take your string out and you can, you stretch it out and then you can just use it to make the putt.
Yes, you can advance your ball with the string without costing you a stroke. So if you were, say, somebody had a really nice chip and they were 1 foot from the hole, you can use a foot of your string, and that ball is considered holed out. This is not a USGA sanctioned tournament, but it is fun. But you can also use it to, maybe you're like behind a tree. And
exactly.
You need to
that'd be handy.
move it out a little bit. But once the string's gone, it's gone.
It's gone.
You know what's really funny to me about the string is I always take it in, like, however much you use, I tie a little knot right there. And people are like, you shouldn't do that. You're using up part of your string for that teeny tiny little knot. So
I don't think that.
Well, hey, man, in golf,
it's a game of inches.
It's a game of inches.
It really is. But yeah, the string, we really borrowed that from the wrestling club tournament. But it's just fun, and
it is fun.
It really, if you play it strategically, you can come out with maybe an eagle or something.
Oh gosh, that would be a first.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
So make sure we're entered in.
Yes,
I want to play.
And to enter, you can email brokenbowrotary@gmail.com.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
Casey.
Thank you very much for
thanks.
helping us with the live read.
That was fun. I feel so official.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
8:27.
Cattlemen, spring is here and things are starting to green up. But alongside the good green like pasture grass and trees come the bad greens, musk thistles, mullenweed, buckbrush, and other weeds. Let Aero Aviation help you get the bad green under control this spring. They use the latest in aircraft and GPS technology and crop protection products while keeping the good green in your pocket. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim today and schedule spring spraying with Aero Aviation, 872-5113.
Visit Varney Pharmacy this week and save on memorial items and decor marked at 20% off. They have a great selection of items, ranging from cardinals, crosses, and rainbows to pet memorials, flowers, and heartfelt quotes. They are marked at 20% off. Varney Pharmacy wishes you and your family a safe and happy Memorial Day weekend. A reminder, they are closed Memorial Day Monday. Visit them just catty corner from the square in Broken Bow at Varney Pharmacy.
The warm season is here. Feeling motivated to get some projects done? Your first stop should be Ansley Lumber and Supply. If you aren't as motivated as you'd like to be, when you see the quality products and materials they sell to put on your home, you'll be ready to go. Composite decking from TimberTech and Armadillo will stand the test of time. Pella and Marvin windows will keep the outside air out and the inside air in. Top it all with Tamco Titan XT roofing, tough like a roof should be. Metal is another option for your barn-dominium shop or other roof as well. Ansley Lumber and Supply, downtown Ansley.
Playing a little catch-up here. I'm just thinking about catch-up and then talking about meals. But anyway, the Prairie Pioneer Center menu does not include ketchup, but I bet you could get some because they're having brats and sauerkraut today.
Oh, there you go.
And carrots, celery sticks, cottage cheese, and fruit. And call them at 872-6121. Let them know you're coming to have a meal today. You can also use that same number to call and set up delivery to your home. Well, this is the Memorial Day weekend. We've been talking about that. Everybody's kind of finally realizing, hey, might get a day off and have a little outside time, hopefully, if weather permits. But most importantly, it's Decoration Day, and it's this day where people go out and put the flowers out on the different family stones and so forth. But really, it's all about veterans who have given their lives for freedom. And we have a list of businesses who have been bringing you messages honoring those veterans. And they include Custer Federal State Bank, Power Solutions, Designs of Distinction, Trotter Fertilizer, Trotter Service, The Grocery Cart, Custer Public Power, Meade Lumber, Callaway District Hospital, along with the Arnold and Callaway Clinics, Culligan here in Broken Bow, Aero Aviation, Sergeant Pack, Sergeant Corner Market, Rod's Body, A1 Auto in Arnold, Moshka's in Arcadia, Agribest Feeds Callaway, and Bow Family Furniture, all bringing you the Memorial Day salutes on KCNI. Now, at 10 o'clock on Memorial Day on Monday on KCNI, we'll have an hour-long program featuring these salutes and some patriotic music. And that's from 10 until 11 o'clock on Saturday on KCNI. And all of these businesses will be mentioned, and many of them will be having salutes played. We try to get as many as we can in an hour. And so that's something you can take in as you're traveling to your ceremonies in your communities and or working around the yard. Crank up KCNI a little bit and catch that at 10 o'clock on Monday. All right, we're talking about Bob Dylan's birthday, 83, poet, songwriter, and Jimmy Rogers, kind of an influence for artists such as Bob Dylan and many others. And the yodeling, every time we hear yodeling, we think of Roger McGooden, locally here. And I would think, you said, I bet you Roger played Mule Skinner Blues, and I'm betting you're right. Some other birthdays that are going on today. Patti LaBelle is 80, legendary powerhouse front for the LaBelle Sisters. Lady Marmalade was a big song that they had. And Roseanne Cash is 69 today, daughter of Johnny Cash. And Johnny C. Riley, he plays Jerry Buss in the HBO series Winning Time. If you know that show, he's 59 today. Priscilla Presley is 79. Ex-wife of Elvis. She was in the movies, the comedies. Priscilla, right?
Comedy movie. Oh, you thinking Naked Gun?
Yeah.
With Leslie Nielsen?
Yeah.
Yes.
She was his
From
girlfriend.
the Files of Police Squad.
Yeah.
Yes, she was. I think she was on. She played a recurring role on the primetime soap Dallas, right? For quite a while, if I'm not mistaken. I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah. You remember Dallas?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That was one of the most watched TV shows in its time, during that time period.
Oh, everybody wanted to know who shot J.R.
Yeah. And J.R., of course, was played by a very good actor who also starred with I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah, Larry Hagman.
Larry Hagman, yeah. Thanks for remembering his name.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Saw a picture of Barbara Eden.
Oh, boy, she's got to be in her 80s.
She is, and she was with Carol Burnett.
Really?
And they had their picture taken together. They look great.
Uh-huh.
They just look so good, and they wrote about how much they enjoyed spending time together. A little trivia for you. So anyway, back to poetry. You know,
Yes.
I've been trying to hone my poetry skills at the mercy of the audience sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And you sometimes wonder, why do I like this particular artist so much? It's because a lot of times they have the wording that kind of catches your ear, the rhyming, the poetry within the song. Nobody better at that than this gentleman right here.
an elimination game at the Big Ten tournament today. Game time is set for 2. We'll plan to have the Huskers radio network on the air at around 1:30 today. This will be a rematch of the opening round where Ohio State knocked off Nebraska, so an opportunity for Nebraska to even the score today, and we'll plan to broadcast it on KBBN 95.3 FM. Now, the winner of today's game will stay alive in the tournament and is scheduled to play tomorrow morning, bright and early, at 9 o'clock against Indiana. So if that happens, we will broadcast that for you as well on Saturday morning on KBBN. But for today, it'll be Husker baseball as Nebraska takes on Ohio State in an elimination game at the Big Ten tournament today in Omaha.
Tonight at Sylvester's in Broken Bow, Tim Zock will take the stage from 9 until 1. No cover charge. And he was on the road for a long time with Whiskey Bent for over a decade, as a matter of fact, sharing the stage with national acts like Diamond Rio, Black Hawk, Sawyer Brown, and many others. Come out tonight, no cover charge, 9 to 1, and you can see Tim Zock on the stage at Sylvester's at the quiet little place that rocks. Sylvester's in Broken Bow, East Highway 2, ready for you to come out and have a good time tonight.
The Custer County Farm Service Agency is accepting applications now for a program technician. Now, you may be asking, okay, what is a program technician? Well, you would carry out office activities to provide technical assistance and program support so farmers and ranchers can understand and access FSA program benefits. Basic requirements include general office clerical work, record keeping, computer ability, organizational skills, and, of course, good public relations skills. Position offers good benefits, and this is how you apply. You need to go to this website. It's usajobs.gov. Now, when you go there, make sure you include FSA in the keywords field and then fill in Broken Bow, Nebraska in the location field to find the position announcement. Complete the online application. Deadline to do so is May 28th through May 28th. For additional information about the position, you can contact 308-872-6877. Uh-oh. Oh.
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Yeah, Christy?
Yes?
Yeah, it's Brent and Dave.
Good morning.
Hey,
hi, Christy.
Good morning. Listen, have you talked to Tina about how you guys bring us coffee? Because we're kind of out right now.
You didn't even realize I made the coffee after I said I wouldn't.
And it was so nice to be able to come in and push the button this morning.
Yeah.
So is there coffee available now?
I thought that you might appreciate that, so I had it ready to go.
Well, that was very nice of you. I was surprised.
So no, we're not bringing you coffee. And Jeremy made another pot, so.
So there is coffee in the pot. The pot is full?
Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you.
We can't have any?
But
Jeremy
you won't
will bring you coffee, he says.
Who will? What?
Jeremy is bringing you coffee.
Jeremy. Oh, now see, there is a kind human being.
He's a team player.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks, Christy.
Goodbye.
Wow. Oh, yeah. John Prine. It just turned into John Prine Day.
I was just going to say, started with Bob Dylan's birthday and has transitioned into John Prine, which I think there's several people out there who are saying that's just fine.
We usually get comments when we do a John Prine Day, and they're always pretty much impromptu, so get ready. More coming. Are you looking for a great career, maybe a job change, maybe you need to get back to work or want to get back to work? BD in Broken Bow is hiring, and they would love to have you join their team. They offer competitive wages, a team environment, and day one benefits. Some benefits include health, life, dental, tuition reimbursement, and more. Apply online at bd.com/careers. You can also attend open interviews every Wednesday from 3 until 4 in Broken Bow. And again, that's bd.com/careers, or stop in on Wednesdays between 3 and 4 p.m.
All right. Well, when we come out of the Memorial Day weekend, it's going to be time for Bible school at the United Methodist Church in Broken Bow. United Methodist Church Vacation Bible School is now open for registration. Camp Firelight. Come experience a summer camp adventure with God. Incoming kindergarten through 6th graders are able to participate, and it's coming up May 28th through the 31st. They'll meet from 9 to noon each of those mornings at the United Methodist Church in Broken Bow. All are welcome, and they'd love for your children to join them. Here's how you get registered. You can go to the Broken Bow United Methodist Facebook page and then click on the link that you'll find there to get your child registered, or you can call the office at 872-5963. That will run May 28th through the 31st.
Thank you, Brent. A reminder, too, when we have days where we feature artists and play a bit more music, I know some of you out there are watching the show, which is great. We love to have you watch the show and listen to it at the same time. When we play music, we should explain again, because it is frustrating, because of copyright laws. Again, we pay monthly fees to several different royalty groups, but
what is that? A couple bucks a month? You told me
it's kind of expensive, to be honest with you. CSAC, ASCAP, BMI. Now there's another one that popped up that just came out of the blue that stole some of the artists.
Oh, really?
From the other 4, and so now there's 4 that we pay money to, but it doesn't cover streaming with video. Because Facebook, they don't want to pay royalties on the music we play, so they'll just shut us off. They'll just dispose of us for the day.
Yeah, put us in, what's that called, Facebook jail or something?
It's called a crock.
Oh.
Anyway, so you folks out there who say, "Man, I like to listen and watch at the same time." Well, when we play a bit of music, if it frustrates you, there's KCNI1280.com on your computer. If you're listening or watching on your computer, just go to those addresses, KCNI1280.com or KBBN.com online, and you'll be able to listen. Or on your device, your tablets or your phones, download the free apps and listen that way, and you won't get any interruption. You'll just hear the audio. Or just listen to the radio, and most people still do that. We appreciate that. So let's get back to it, shall we?
Okay.
Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
PBS News Brief. Ruling just in from the UN's top court. It's ordering Israel to halt military operations in Rafah. The ruling comes hours after Israel announced it had recovered the bodies of 3 more hostages killed on October 7th. It's holiday getaway day, but weather will get in the way for many. Meteorologist Stephanie Abrams at the Weather Channel.
Today, our main threats are damaging winds and hail from Illinois to Texas. Tomorrow, a significant severe weather outbreak is possible, including strong tornadoes, and it's going to carry into our Sunday.
If Turks and Caicos is your destination, the State Department's warning to check your luggage carefully. A U.S. citizen faces up to 12 years when he's sentenced today for having bullets in his baggage. GOP Congressman Guy Reschenthaler.
Without question, Americans should not travel to Turks and Caicos until 2 things happen. All our detainees need to be released to the United States immediately, and Turks and Caicos needs to repeal this draconian law.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. A letter in your mailbox says you could save money bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive. Bad news. You saw it after your teenager backed the car into the mailbox. Dumb news. A new mailbox, basically a box on a stick, costs up to $400. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and go with paperless mail instead. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NBA, Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals saw the Celtics beat the Pacers 126-110. Boston used a 20-0 run in the second quarter to pull away and get the win. They were led by Jaylen Brown, who tied a career playoff high with 40 points. Jason Tatum and Derek White each had 23 points. For Indiana, standout Tyrese Halliburton left in the third quarter with a hamstring injury. Didn't return. His status going forward is unknown. Pascal Siakam, 28 points in the loss. Boston leads that series 2-0. Game 3 Saturday in Indiana. NBA news, the Cleveland Cavaliers fired their head coach J.B. Biggerstaff despite the fact that the team advanced to the Eastern Conference semifinals this season. NHL, opening game of the Western Conference Finals, double overtime in Dallas with the Oilers edging the Stars 3-2 on a Connor McDavid goal early on in the second overtime period. Edmonton with a 1-0 series lead, Game 2 Saturday in Dallas. And in baseball, the Phillies wrap up a sweep of the defending World Series champion Rangers, 5-2 the final. Philadelphia, Major League Best, 37-14. They've won 6 in a row.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Ample sunshine expected today with daytime highs approaching 69. Northwesterly winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. Lows dip down to about 48. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Cloudy skies with a few peaks of sun. Tomorrow, slight chance of thunderstorms. Highs around 77. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Getting ready to take on spring? Create your own outdoor oasis with legendary Steel tools. From mowers and blowers to trimmers and more, count on Steel to get it done this spring. Right now, save $30 on the American-made FS56 RCE trimmer. Real Steel. Find yours at SteelDealers.com. The FS56 RCE is made in America of U.S. and global materials. Offer valid for limited time only while supplies last. See participating dealer for details.
I love my kids and I want to be the best parent. Sometimes bills or finding childcare can be overwhelming. But I reached out to the local collaborative in my community. They've worked with me on a plan to achieve my dreams.
When stress is overwhelming, it's hard to function at your best. For support for your family, visit bringupnebraska.org to find a contact for your local community collaborative. Brought to you by the Nebraska Child Abuse Prevention Fund as a partner in the Bring Up Nebraska initiative.
9:07, 53 degrees under a sunny sky. Brent and Dave with you here on The Breakfast Show on a Friday. Well, earlier we gave away a couple tickets to the Blowing the Doors Off barbecue, but we want to remind you again that it's coming up on Saturday, June 1st, 5 p.m. until midnight. And it's that time of the year, a barbecue and fun and music, best competitive teams in the cooking department from across the state. And they'll have an on-site beer garden, live entertainment including South Loop Sunrise and Borderline. And they'll have some drawings for a Traeger grill, Henry Golden Boy rifle, handmade knife, a grocery cart beef, and wine certificate. And the tickets, by the way, are $17 in advance, $20 at the gate. Children 5 through 12 are only $10. Don't miss it. It's a good time. And you'll find that O'Connell blows up to about 2,500 people in one day. It's quite a sight.
We do this from time to time, but I'm going to do it with this live read, a testimonial.
Okay.
Okay. A while back, we all know that Tumbleweed Cafe kind of started their Wake and Bake Nook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So dine-in hours for the Tumbleweed Cafe daily, 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. But then from 4 to 6, you can swing by their drive-thru and pick up a pre-made casserole that you can take home, pop in the oven, have ready to go. The kids and grandkids came over a few nights ago, spent the evening, and they picked up enchiladas at the Tumbleweed Cafe. We put them in the oven. Oh, my goodness.
Really good?
Oh, my goodness. Fantastic. And I think you guys have had some of their pre-made casseroles. Just absolutely delicious. Very affordable, too, and a great way to have a family meal and not have to cook it.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow. And, of course, they do offer their express meals through the drive-thru during lunchtime from 11 until 2, Monday through Friday. You can drive through, grab a hamburger, cheeseburger, bacon cheeseburger, chicken sandwich, or chicken strips and fries. They try to have those ready for you to go if you're in a hurry for lunch. But they also remind you that you can still call ahead for other orders and pick up in the drive-thru, but they are now offering their express meals from 11 a.m. until 2. That's Monday through Friday. And each Monday through Friday, don't forget, they're open for breakfast from 6 to 11 a.m. They feature some delicious breakfast items ready to go, like burritos, sandwiches, cinnamon rolls, biscuits and gravy, and more. So if you're in a hurry, you can swing through and grab those Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. But, of course, if you want to take time to go in and dine in and have a delicious breakfast, they're ready to serve you that at the Tumbleweed Cafe. So remember all of those options as we go through the holiday weekend. It is Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow, Nebraska.
10 past the hour of 9 o'clock. Many of us, over the years, have become frustrated at times, and we're in the business of trying to make people happy and making sure they know what's going on and letting them know about great businesses who have services and products to sell. But we're, these days, with radio, got to take our spot here, television, you still have your newspapers. Those are the three typical ones until just maybe 10 years ago or so. We didn't have all the social media, probably more like 15 now. And so you have the social media, you have cable news, you have streaming news, you have all these different movie channels that now, because they couldn't really make it on, scripts, have decided, well, you can watch it for free, but you're going to watch commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so after a while, it accumulates, and it gets somewhat frustrating. John Prine has a song about that very subject. John Prine, Quit Hollering at Me. This is off John Prine's. All the songs that you've heard this morning are off. Well, all of his work is good. All of his albums are great. This one is super good, too. Lost Dogs, Mixed Blessings, the name of the CD or album. And we're playing part of that for you this morning. Got a nice call from another John. Thank you, John, for your compliments. It's easy to get compliments when you just sit and listen to music with your listeners and go, man, I like that song. Works great. Thanks, guys. Nebraska Land Hearing would like to make sure you're hearing your favorite songs, maybe your movies you're watching on TV, or more importantly, conversations with your loved ones. And Roxanne can help. She's a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 35 years of experience right here in Broken Bow, Nebraska, and Custer County. And she'd love to set up an appointment for you for a free hearing evaluation, free extended warranties on new hearing aids, extended discounts for buying local, hint, hint, pricing available in all budgets and technology, and free follow-up care and office visits after the purchase. Don't get that everywhere. She is also providing the state-of-the-art technology. And right now she's introducing a brand new product called the new Genesis AI technology. Better hearing never sounded so good. Comes in good styles that are comfortable and barely noticeable. They're waterproof, sweat-proof, and everyday proof. And when used with the My Starkey app, deliver benefits like health monitoring and fall detection. To make an appointment, contact Roxanne at 308-384-3852 to make an appointment. Excuse me. Located in the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce building on the east side of the square, right across from the bandstand in downtown Broken Bow.
If you don't want to cook this holiday weekend, order out for pizza. Pizza Hut, ready to go to work for you. Open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, Friday, and Saturday till 11. Don't forget about their other delicious options, too, outside of the delicious pizza. They offer sandwich selections like Black Forest ham and cheese sandwich, as well as the Supremo sandwich. Get them with chips or fries. And don't forget about their delicious pasta line, too. Options like cheesy Alfredo sauce, chicken Alfredo, red sauce with Italian meat. Veggie sauce also an option. Pasta dishes can come with breadsticks, cheesy bread, or garlic bread. So there you go. Dine in, carry out, or delivery. Pizza Hut in Broken Bow. Tired of unexpected car troubles putting a misfire in your day? Introducing C&M Auto in Anselmo. For routine maintenance to major repairs of gas and diesel cars or light and heavy-duty trucks, go with C&M Auto. They boast the latest diagnostics to diagnose and fix your vehicle's issues with quick response and a very competitive labor rate. Plus emergency 24-hour service rates outside their 9 to 5 Monday through Friday hours. Call 308-749-2277 for C&M Auto, located south of Chandler's Honey off Highway 2 in Anselmo. C&M Auto.
Nebraska State Bank believes in our strong rural communities. We believe in our local ag producers and their capacity for innovation and growth. At Nebraska State Bank, we work hard to support our customers' growth, and that means growing ourselves as well. We offer a variety of banking products to make banking easier, especially during busy times, such as making payments online, signing loan documents digitally, or mobile depositing a check. These are just a few ways we can help simplify your life. Visit nesb.bank or call any of our branches to learn more about how we can make banking easier for you. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
Homeowners, landlords, and business owners of Custer County and beyond. Is your lawn begging for a makeover? Sharon Lawn Care and Sprinkler Repair has the magic touch for your green oasis. A 4 or 5-step fertilizer program, sprinkler repair expertise, and top-notch aeration and mowing. Transforming your yard into a lush paradise is just a call away. Call Kyle at 308-870-0348. Serving Custer County and beyond.
Sharon Lawn Care and Sprinkler Repair, where the grass is always greener.
9:20 is your time. Thanks for listening to The Breakfast Show. The Whiskey Barrel is ready to go for this holiday weekend. It's a big one. As a matter of fact, this probably is one of the bigger holidays for activities outside. Everybody knows it's not going to get super hot. You're going to be able to get out and do some camping, have some fun, maybe a little fishing, a little golf, all those sorts of things. And with that comes maybe dropping by with a cooler and picking up some beverages, whether it's soda or adult beverages. They have it all at the Whiskey Barrel. And with purchase, you get free ice. And they would love to have you stop by. A couple things we're going to remind you of the Whiskey Barrels, the way they operate. Number one, as we've told you many times before, they have everyday low prices. They don't have liter specials to get you in the store. They just have everyday low prices across the shelves. And they're fair and honest pricing. I think people appreciate that, obviously. The other part they want to note here is that they're very strict on checking IDs, so don't be offended if they check your ID. They want to make sure everybody gets what they want if they can legally do so. And then they also want you to drive with special care this holiday weekend with all those activities we mentioned. Please drive with care and do not drink and drive, because that just is not a good combination anytime. And with all the extra traffic and activities, that's certainly not advised. And they want you to, be an adult about that. When you have adult beverages, they want you to be an adult at the Whiskey Barrel in Broken Bow.
All right.
How many times?
Come on in. Tina has been standing at the door patiently.
Have a chair.
Come on in. Where's the donuts?
I wanted to ask Tina a question.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
Pull that microphone over, Tina. I have a question for you.
Yes, Dave.
Now, sometimes when guys get a haircut, now like Brent, he just got butchered yesterday. Got his haircut yesterday. He looks like he's a convict. But anyway.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Thank you, Tina, very much. Thank you.
He has this wonderful hair, and he buzzes it. He gets a haircut about every 23 days, I think.
Once a month. I get it cut once a month.
Well, his attitude changes just a little bit when he has that haircut. He's just a little more snippy, a little bit more confident, a little more don't bother me, Dave, kind of thing. When he gets that haircut down, about a week later after it grows out, he kind of relaxes. Now, I've noticed you have your hair kind of up in a bun today.
I wasn't planning on seeing anybody today.
Well, that's all right. Does it change your attitude when you have your hair down or up like that in a bun? I don't know if bun's the right word, but it's up on top of your head.
I suppose it probably does, yeah.
You feel a little different about things?
Probably.
Does it make you feel more aggressive or less aggressive?
I probably feel less aggressive when my hair's up like this.
Note that, Brent.
Okay. You pose a very interesting question here.
Mm-hmm.
Does the hairstyle of a person affect their attitude and emotions?
But when you go get your hair cut and you, as a woman, when you get your hair cut and styled, you walk out and you look beautiful and you feel beautiful. So I suppose it probably does.
Well, when I get my hair cut, especially too short, I feel like a geek. And I don't feel confident. But if I have a little hair that the good Lord gave me and I let it grow like it was meant to, then I feel like I'm okay. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, see? That's what happens.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah?
I need you to correct something.
Uh-oh.
Oh, did we say something wrong?
Yeah.
What did I say?
So on the O'Connell barbecue, it's the James Lee Band playing, not Borderline.
Well, let me give you my notes so we can correct the notes.
Well, here, I have this for you.
Okay.
Yeah, well, is that ours?
Yes, it is all yours.
We'll put this in the live read folder, and we'll use this from now on.
And it's way at the bottom.
What? Huh?
It's way at the bottom.
It's way at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, live entertainment, 5 to 8 p.m., South Loop Sunrise, 7 p.m., raffle drawing and auction. And they got some cool raffle items they're auctioning off.
Yeah.
And then 8 p.m. to around midnight, James Lee Band. So there you go. That'll be some of your entertainment at the Blowing the Doors Off Barbecue in O'Connell, Saturday, June 1st.
And it's the James Lee Band? Okay. The note we had was Borderline, so I feel good. I'm feeling very good about that.
Yeah.
Tina, because sometimes things come out of this brain from nowhere, and I'm thinking, oh, geez, where did I come up with that? Well, it was on the sheet, so I'm feeling good about it.
You can just throw that away. We'll just use this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. That's really what I came in here for. But thanks for the lovely conversation. And yes, if you want coffee, I will bring you coffee.
Oh, now see, I tell you what. Now this is wonderful. Thank you.
But I'm out of here now.
All right, Tina.
Thank you, Tina. All right. Can't wait to hear Christy's response to that. In fact, you know what? We probably will have to play that song again by John Prine. Quit hollering at me.
Yeah, I have another one.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Did you hear Tina?
What?
Did you hear Tina?
What?
No, I'm delayed, but I'm getting the gist of it already. Yes.
She's going to bring us coffee from now on.
Oh. Now, we're still trying to research our mistake we made with the Borderline and James Lee Band, so...
Oh, that's not huge. We have time
It's
to
okay.
correct that.
We've got it corrected.
Yeah.
Coffee, that's good. I'm glad she's going to do that, because, you know, I've been here 10 years. I'm not going to do it.
Thanks, Christy.
Goodbye.
Wow. Okay. Next song. This was kind of appropriate. From John Prine. It's called Same Thing Happened to Me on The Breakfast Show.
strike zone in the game that I attended. Now, the umpire's still back there, like you said, has to, monitor things, like foul ball or, if a ball was tipped, if you foul it at the plate or something like that, if there's a play at home, obviously. But he was not calling the balls and strikes. It was an automatic strike zone. It was interesting. And as a fan, it kind of took some of the enjoyment out of watching the game because you couldn't yell at the umpire.
Well,
for his strike zone?
So do they then raise their hand, ball or strike? Or,
I'm
or is
trying
there
to
a
think.
monitor somewhere? Or?
Well, yeah. Obviously it shows up on the board, whether it's a ball or a strike. That's a good. I don't think that the umpire made any motion regarding balls or strikes.
Just stood back there for fouls, foul tips, whether they went around with their swing.
Yeah, right.
Geez, that'd be boring.
Yeah, it was interesting, but I think that you talk about them testing it. I think that was part of that process. But it was interesting to be there for a game that was called like that. So, but have you seen some of the balls and strikes calls by human umpires in the major leagues this year?
I saw one the other day that was terrible.
Goodness. One of my favorites was actually the Royals. And, of course, I love listening to radio announcers call baseball. And the one who was calling it for the Royals was just so great. It was the first pitch of the game, I believe, and here comes a pitch right down the middle for ball one. just like that. It just cracked me up. And it was just a pitch that looked right down the middle of the strike zone and was called a ball. So,
well, one of the things that happens when an umpire is a little inconsistent, the pitchers can get frustrated, the hitters can get frustrated, depending on how he's calling them. But I watched one the other night. It was Philly was playing someone. Anyway, it was obviously outside, and he called it a strike.
Yeah.
Well, the batter didn't say too much. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But the pitcher knows then my next pitch is going to be a curveball outside because the way the count was, he's going to have to swing at it because of that last call. So that one call can change a batter's advantage or disadvantage tremendously because he had to protect the plate or actually protect beyond the plate because of that last call, and he grounded out because he had to stick his bat out there and protect the plate. Speaking of baseball, you want to promo the games coming up, the Nebraska Huskers, and also your tournament action for the weekend on Saturday?
Sure, yeah. Nebraska baseball scheduled to play against Ohio State today at the Big Ten tournament. Game time is set for 2 o'clock. We'll plan to broadcast it on the Huskers radio network with coverage scheduled to start at 1:30 today. And then we will have a special local sports broadcast, area sports broadcast for you tomorrow as we'll travel to Mullen. Back in 2022, it would have been now, they started a special all-star game where recent graduates of teams that make up the Mid-Nebraska Activities Conference and teams that make up the Minuteman Activities Conference come together for a special all-star girls and boys basketball all-star game. So we will broadcast those for you. They're going to be held in Mullen this year, and they're going to play them tomorrow on Saturday. Girls' game will be tipping at 5 o'clock. Boys' game will follow. We have several area athletes that are competing in the contest, so we're going to call it for you live on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. That's where you can catch the radio broadcast. And then we'll put our radio call on our live video stream, which we're going to make available as well. And so you can watch the games on Sandhills Express Facebook page and Sandhills Express YouTube channel.
All right, thank you. A happy birthday goes out to Jenny Gillette. Happy birthday, Jenny. That was called in to us. So what a great day to have a birthday. Fabulous Friday, beautiful weather. going into the holiday weekend. Way to go, Jenny.
You were talking about baseball. Do want to let you know that the Broken Bow American Legion baseball team will be hosting a special tournament this Memorial Day weekend, the Early Bird Classic, welcoming in teams like Alliance, St. Paul, and Imperial. So check out some Legion baseball this weekend. And you were talking about the using the automatic strike zone, letting the computer determine what's a ball and what's a strike. You know, if they do that, it's really going to cut down, I would think, on Aaron Boone ejections. And I would hate that.
That would be terrible.
There is nothing, I mean, I have to admit, Aaron Boone, man, I kind of like Aaron Boone. He will get the most for his money sometimes when it comes to arguing balls and strikes. And earlier this year, we saw the poor guy get thrown out of a game for not saying anything.
Well, he has a reputation. Well, I like him better as a coach than I did as an announcer. So
Oh, really?
Yeah, he kind of wore me out.
Yeah.
But, easy for me to say. I wouldn't be able to do it. So, back to that.
Yes.
I'm thinking about that scenario. Here's what you need to think about over the weekend. So if you have a computer calling the balls and strikes, the guy from Philadelphia is up, and the ball's outside, and the computer calls it that way, then he knows he's not going to have to swing at that outside pitch. It's going to have to be on the black.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So what does this do to, maybe give the batters more advantage over the pitchers in the league?
I don't know,
because that is part of the game.
Yes,
and you adjust to what
yep.
The umpire might be more willing to call an inside pitch than an outside pitch. That's his MO. That's his trend. They study umpires just like they study players, and so when they know it's got to be on the black and it's got to be the right height, and you're the batter, you've got an advantage. And I would think the pitchers would have less of an advantage. Plus, they have the clock now that they have to pitch under. And I know people like to see the balls leave the park, but there'll probably be more balls hit out of the park if they know exactly where the strike zone is.
Maybe, yeah.
I hope.
It'll be interesting.
I'm telling you, folks.
The purist inside of me says, keep the human back there and
I'm with you.
and call the balls and strikes. But we'll see. I'm sure it's going there, though. I'm sure that one day we'll be there where it's just an automatic strike zone.
Sad days. Sad days. Terrible sad days.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, sure.